everybody, my name is Cheri. Welcome to my stamp studio. I have a sweet little card for you today. It is kind of inspired by those of you that are in my card club. I Zoom with them sometimes, and so we had a Zoom this week. It's nice for me to get to see their faces. I know they feel like they know me because I share a little bit about myself when I do these videos, but when I get to Zoom with them, then I can see them and put names and faces together, and they can get to know each other a little bit. So it's one of the perks of being in my card club, and details about that are on my website. I will put a link underneath that video. But when I do alternate projects, so every month they get a certain packet of stuff. And then this week when we Zoomed together, I took their packet of stuff and I used new sets out of the sale-a-bration and the mini catalog, and used the stuff that they got over the last 3 months and recreated cards. So this is a very similar one to what they got. It doesn't use any of the same papers or embellishments or ribbons because those were what they got last time. So for those of you in Card Club, you can see another version if you get this stamp set that you can make with what you already have, or if you get some free paper. But the other reason I wanted to point this out is because a part of sale-a-bration, if you join my team right now, then you get to see all of those videos. Like my team members also get to see, they didn't get to Zoom, but I Zoom with them on other occasions, but they do get to see all of my tutorials, and that's a perk of being on my team. They're on my Facebook page, and as long as you're an active demonstrator on my team, then you have access to all of my past classes. So that's a perk. And right now during sale-a-bration, getting the starter kit, always a great deal, super deal. $99 in tax, no shipping, so you already saved the shipping, and then you pick $125 of whatever you want from whatever catalog of what's in stock. So you just fill your kit and you pay $99 and you pick $125. And during sale-a-bration, if you go back here in the back where it says join, you also can pick 2 additional stamp sets after you've picked your $125 worth of free stuff, then 2 whatever stamp sets you want. So you could pick the one I'm going to show you today. You could pick any of the sets from this catalog or from the annual catalog. You can just go on my website and look, or if you need catalogs, I'm happy to send it to you. But I wanted to remind you of this special. It does last through the end of February, but I'm getting ready by the end of the week. I hope to have my Try It class out in the mail. And that's one of the things that I do send my team members free of charge, so we can Zoom together and put those projects together. So if you join quickly, then you can still get in on getting that kit for free. And if you already signed up to pay for the class, my demonstrators always get those for free. You get your first 3 kits for free without having to be on the Zoom call. So I just move you on and then you get 4. So that's this. So what I'm going to use today, a couple of different things. I'm going to use 2 sale-a-bration items just to kind of bring them to your attention. So I'm going to use the rainbow paper. I love this paper. It's so bright and cheery. And the card that I made, we did not use bright and cheery paper. We did it more of the earthy tones in the card class, because those organic rainbows are everywhere right now. And a lot of times they're more in the, we did neutral tones, but kind of more subtle tones than what this paper is. But you can get this pack of paper free with a $50 purchase. And then the other thing that I used on every single card that I made the other night in the Zoom is this fabulous stamp set. It has 21 stamps in it, and they're all sentiments, and there are some great sentiments. I like this one that says just a card to say you're amazing. The other one I used the other night is hang in there. And then there's one that says hello sunshine. I was very torn because I wanted to put it on the card the other night, and then I thought, well, I'm going to put it on this one, but I didn't. I ended up using it. Oh, now I can see that they put it with the hello sunshine. See, this is a little bit like rainbows right now are all colors. So that's kind of fun. And then I am going to use it with the rainbow. I should have looked this up, with the rainbow stamp set and bundle. So I'll look back here so it will tell me. So one thing I do want you to know, if the index back here, if you always look this up, then it will tell you what page. It does tell you, but you know what, when I'm filming, page 18. One thing I want to bring to your attention is this catalog, the mini catalog, is good through the end of June. Maybe it's the beginning of June. It doesn't have the date up there. The paper for this bundle is only available while supplies last or till the end of February. So it may run out. It's not going to run out in January. I should hope not. But towards February, you know, supply issues, what they are these days. If you love this paper and you love this stamp set, I would get it now rather than holding off, because it is not, it's won't be around as long as the catalog. So I'm going to use the Rainbow of Happiness bundle. So here's the stamp set, Special Moments. And again, it's free with the $100 purchase. And it's fabulous. You will find yourself turning to this over and over. And it has a great happy birthday and a big congratulations. And those are always sentiments that you can use over and over. Here's the paper. So fun patterns, lots of bright colors. You'll be able to use it for all different occasions. And it does, I think, I don't have the punch here. The punch is down with the Try It class because I just punched out hundreds and hundreds of clouds for the Try It class. But I think that it does look like the punch because I punched it hundreds of times and that looks like what it will punch out with the punch. And here's the super cute set. Now, it does have words. So if you don't have the sentiment set, these are rainbowy words as well. So you can use those. So for this set, for the card, I took a piece of half sheet of white cardstock. That's our base. So I don't use, like, white cardstock as a base is not something I do as often as some other demonstrators do it. But for this one, it really brightens it up. So here was a 6x6 piece of paper. So I've cut it 4 by 5 1/4, and then this is a little strip that was left from the leftovers. So it's the same piece of paper. So I'm going to use this piece, and then this was a 4 inch piece, and I just trimmed it. So I have these colors, and I just chose my colors based on the colors that were in the paper. See, it doesn't even take a lot of thinking about what you want to do. And this rainbow stamps so easily. In fact, if you have not tiny kids, but probably my daughter probably could have done it from about the time she was maybe 4. The bigger one, the block's kind of heavy. But they could start with the next size down if you wanted. But once, like if you have Girl Scout troop or something, this would be perfect for them because it's so easy to stamp with. So this is Bermuda Bay. So let's start with Bermuda Bay. And then we're going to go to Crushed Curry. And I think the yellow actually may be Daffodil Delight on the paper, but sometimes it doesn't matter. Close is close enough. And Crushed Curry was already on my desk from when I stamped the rainbow yesterday. So I just went with it, and you'll see it looks fine. So stamp that one. See, you don't even have to be perfect. Even if they touch a little bit, those organic kind of looking rainbows right now are so in that it doesn't matter. Now I'm going to use Magenta Madness. And stamp this one. This is one of the ones where there's a stamp that also does words in this section if you want to do that one in words. So see, it's touching a little bit, but it doesn't matter. And then I'm going to do Blushing Bride, which is one of my favorite colors. It's actually about the color of my bride dress. And my niece just got her dress as well. And hers has a little bit of this color to it. So put that tiny little one in there, and then I'm going to go back to the magenta. And there's 3 teensy tiny hearts. And again, this is a little stamp that if you have a little tray, like I have a little kind of like cupcake stand that sits on my desk, and you can just put tiny little stamps that you can use on tons of different cards if you put them there, because how sweet are they? And you could put them on envelope flaps, on the backs of your cards if you like to sign your name on the back. But those 3 little hearts, you could use them all the time. And then I'm going to go back to the Bermuda Bay. And we're going to get the saying out of the Sale-a-bration set. And this one says, "Thanks for brightening up my day." I'll put it right here. Super cute. Is that not cute? And see, there's nothing about this that a child could not do. So if you have Girl Scouts or kids that like to stamp with you, this is perfect for them. Now I'm going to take, my desk is so crowded that I don't whip this thing out very often, but I don't have room on my desk for my big one. And so I'm just going to use my mini machine. Oh, look. Excuse me while I wipe my Bermuda Bay off my fingers. This is our new glimmer paper. It's in the mini catalog and I don't remember what the name is, but if you look down below the video or over on my blog, I will post all of the products that I used on this. It comes with pink and with this kind of pool party. This is one of those ones, this glimmer paper, that when you kind of tilt it in the light, like it picks up blues, it picks up greens. So it just kind of depends on the direction that you're holding it. So these work perfect in the little mini cut and emboss machine. So just roll these through. This machine is great when you don't have a lot of space, if you're taking stuff on the road and it's so light. Our other one's so heavy. This one's just light. And then we have 4 little clouds. Take my little panel here. And the adhesive. Put it down here because I'm going to add those clouds up to the top. But this way, if my clouds go over, they won't be underneath the paper. So these just kind of fit on the base of any of there's 4 of them, so 2 each side of your rainbow. And just when you're using your adhesive like this, you can use glue, but if you just put it on here, when you do this, make sure that you pull the adhesive, because otherwise you're going to leave a little blank space there, and then it will make your adhesive not work great when you go to put it on a card, because there's no adhesive left there because you stuck it all on here. So lay it here and then pull it, and you should be able to see the wheel move, see? And then that means it's moved. Put that one there. And then that one there. Now I've taken, this is just out of the annual catalog. It's one of my favorite ribbons. It's the Pool Party sheer ribbon. Look how pretty it looks. It just looks all light and cloudy and airy with this. So I'm going to be making some welcome cards for those of people who do join my team this month. And I'm thinking this looks like it could be a great candidate for those welcome cards. So just trim this off. And then put a little bit of adhesive here in the middle. Spin this around. So if you have any questions at all about what it's like to be part of Stampin' Up, I joined in 1995, so it's been a minute. It's actually been it's been more than a century. It's definitely been some decades. When I did it, my daughter was 1. She just turned 1. Yeah, just turned 1. So it makes it very easy for me to remember how long I've been a demonstrator because I know how old my daughter is. So she was a baby and I stayed at home with her. And then I had some years where I was a substitute teacher and I babysat my nieces. So I kind of did this mix and match. And then I did this full time for a while, back in the days before there was such thing as the internet. I guess it was there, but people most certainly didn't post cards and cats on it. You know, cat pictures and the things that there are now. Nobody knew what a meme was. And then my daughter was a golfer. All through school, she was every kind of athlete, but then in college, she was a golfer. So for about 10 years, I worked just a regular, well, I would say boring. The jobs themselves, kind of boring. Well, I worked in a bike shop and I did web work, which actually was great training for what I do now. So, you know, not going to knock that. But then I did work in kind of logistics. That was boring. So I have added, these are the rhinestones that are part of the Valentine suite in the catalog. I think they're called iridescent rhinestones, I think. And then after she finally graduated, she did 5 years because her degree took longer to get, because when you're a college golfer, half of your life, more than half of your life, 75% of your life is spent on the golf course. So once she was done, then I stopped working. Because the life that you needed before you could do this really online was, I wanted to be available to her. So I'm just gonna rub that little bit off. This is my Wink of Stella, and it's just adding some glitter. So I have literally been a demonstrator with every age of child, with baby, with an elementary school child, with junior high, high school, college, and now an empty nester. And my daughter, who's 27, so do the math. She's also a demonstrator. But she's not, her life does not exist. I mean, she doesn't know life without Stampin' Up, literally. Because as far back as she can remember, Stampin' Up has been part of her life. So just add that little bit there. And I hope you can see it. It's really hard to pick up the Wink of Stella. Maybe I'll do a little fast one on Instagram where I can kind of move it in the light and you can see the pretty sparkle. So these cards are going to turn out just about the same. You know, I like to show you 2 of my cards, but pretty much every single time you make it, it's going to be about the same card. And the rainbows, you can see I stamped them. They're not stamped the same, but both of them look fine. And don't worry about getting them perfect. You don't need the Stamparatus. You don't need anything fancy. Just stamp and let it be fun. So if you have any questions at all, or you need a catalog, head to my website, and from there you can join my email list, and then you can contact me. So if you have questions about joining Stampin' Up, I'm happy to answer them. Everybody have a great day. Bye.